Today's episode is sponsored by our good friends at Famous Faces and Funnies located in Melbourne, Florida. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as our friends at Docking Bay 94 located in Boca Raton, Florida. Check us out on comicsandgames.com, as well as Ian's Display Accessories, the best figure stands for iconic Kenner Star Wars and Hasbro G.I. Joe. Check out the link below. And EGS Expert Grading Services, the Gen X place to get your comics graded in case, shipping nationwide. Welcome to another exciting and educational episode of Codename New TV 02. Hi, I'm your presenter, Shabu RU. Today we are finally going to look at the 2021 War for Cybertron Kingdom Cyclonus. I admit I really haven't had the desire to add any more Transformers. I highly recommend checking out our good friend Rodimus Primal's channel for more in-depth Transformer happenings. But just like back in 1987 when the movie came out, both Cyclonus and Ultra Magnus are two characters that made me feel as pumped for G1 like I did in 1984 and 85. Heck, 2 to 3 year difference, it's a world of difference, when you're that age. Now, it's no secret that by the time the movie rolled out, Hasbro had begun selling toys that were designed and created in-house over the previous way of just reusing the Japanese Diaclones. A noticeable loss in using chrome and real rubber kind of signaled the end of the honeymoon with the Transformers arriving in the US for a lot of us Gen Xers. I thought it would be cool while I'm talking more about the character to also use this time to remind everybody out there of the G1 action figure, the toy. Now, I had this as a kid growing up and I loved the hell out of it. I mean, like I said, it got me excited about Transformers again, and it was one of the main characters that I was drawn to, like I said, besides Ultra Magnus. Now, the one you're going to see that I'm going to show you pictures of is actually a Chinese knockoff. I know, boo, hiss, yada, yada. I mean, sometimes they're a cheaper alternative than getting an original one. And, for displaying on a shelf, yeah. But anyway, I thought it'd be good just to bring this out and use it. And it's really identical. I mean, I had the original one as a kid, and this one, it's like the same thing. So to each his own, whatever. But anyway, let's dive into a little bit more of the Cyclonus lore. Now, he did for me like now as he did in 1987. I mean, the colors, the look, design of this futuristic space jet is how many feel would be the natural evolution of warplanes like the iconic F-14 or F-15. I mean, we could see this as a future plane, That was what's cool about it. Nice little segue. Since we're talking about the F-15, I mean, we know from the movie, or we think that we know, that Skywarp eventually turned into Cyclonus. Now, the next thing in the Transformer lore is the Unicron factor. In the famous scene that showed Megatron turn into Galvatron and making that bargain with the planet-eating Transformer Unicron, we saw both Skywarp and Bombshell both being turned into identical Transformers with the Cyclonus body. Now, again, I highly recommend watching Rodimus Primal's episode about this topic and how he breaks it down. It's hilarious, but, the movie did its fair share of pulling mindfucks on us kids. I mean, from all the Autobots being whacked and then Optimus Prime dying and, Jazz or Daniel saying, oh shit, we're hearing a curse word. I mean, it's amazing that, all of us didn't go for therapy after this movie concluded. It's hilarious. Now, here's the slam dunk in the appeal of Cyclonus for me. Now, he's second in command, so he took the full brunt of Galvatron's insanity. And boy, even at times when you're a kid watching, like, why does he put up with this stupidness, But he sits there and takes it like a champ. Now, he is relatable during every point in a fan's life. And think about this. Now, a lot of married guys, now we all know how during a certain time of month, our wives or girlfriends have a little or a lot of Galvatron in them. Let's just say that. So, we could relate to Cyclonus now in our older stage. So just like we've been doing during these War for Cybertron openings, we're going to look at the box art. And again, I'm pointing the fact that this is Kingdom, each single one. To those that do not know, they're distinguishable. We had, Earthrise and Under Siege, and then now Kingdom is the third and final installment. And here is the poster art that is featured on the Netflix series. And again, beautifully done. And we see that it's 34 steps. And, if you guys have been following me, transforming is a pain in the ass. I totally struggle. But, that's why these modern Transformer G.I. Joe YouTubers are a lot better at transforming. All right, so let's break open this box and see what we have inside. So we're going to break out my trusty Craftsman utility knife and, safety first. But, these are pretty good to open. There's only really just a little bit of plastic, tape. But then the plastic in the back, just use scissors for these War for Cybertron toys. And of course we bring out the instruction booklet. I look at this and I grimace because I don't know, maybe it's just I'm just not used to Transformer instructions, and it's just really in depth. You really got to follow step by step. And I think these modern Transformer guys, from doing it, that's just a warranty sheet, they're a lot better at this than me because I'm a G.I. Joe guy. And the other thing I like about the Earthrise is they offer this wonderful, high quality trading card. Now they didn't do it for Siege, but they're doing it for Kingdom and Earthrise. So they didn't do it for Siege and Earthrise, but they're doing it for Kingdom. And these cards are really nice. So now that we have everything out of the box, basically it's just Cyclonus and his gun. And his gun looks really close to his G1 gun. This is a wonderful figure. This, I showed you the G1 toy. It kind of looked weird, but this one is a very good representation of the cartoon series. And, I'm excited for this. The final installment is going to be at the end of the month, July 29th. Earthrise will premiere on Netflix, so make sure you mark your calendar. A little bit closer, we got some nice detail to this figure. On all sides, I try to turn around and feature all sides of this action figure. And this is why I really was excited and targeted this one particular. I love the color purple, Mace Windu, all the other stuff. But purple is one of my favorite colors. And I think it just looks good on a bad guy or anybody, really. And of course, I had to put him next to G1 Galvatron. I still need his arm cannon. So if anybody out there can make it the cannon or has an extra cannon, please don't hesitate to contact me. Look at poor Galvatron, he's losing his temper. He's probably going to smack around Cyclonus. Alrighty, so now we're going to feature him in jet mode. And to be honest with you, it wasn't that bad. I just can't, I'm surprised. It wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. And wow, look how beautiful this is. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think, Optimus Prime is Optimus Prime, but this one is probably one of the most impressive War for Cybertron figures out there, period. The engineering that goes involved in it is just brilliant. Of course, it's done by Takara, Tomy. I'm not going to give credit to Hasbro fully, but man, the ingenuity that goes into this is stellar. And now we have the whole aerial fleet all side by side. Again, the scale, there's no way in hell. I live by Kennedy Space Center, and to have a shuttle that small. But look how beautiful this setup is. That's why you do this. It's just a nice touch, and I'm so glad I have it in my collection. Now, I've had this for 2 months, and I finally opened it, and I don't know why I didn't open it sooner. Anyway, just for fun, I'm comparing the G1 and the modern, this War for Cybertron, and I'm going to have to give the edge to, I can't believe the modern figure is beautiful. I highly recommend this figure to everybody. I think if there's one to get Optimus and get Cyclonus. Those, you can't go wrong with those two. Anyway, this is Shabu RU with another fun episode of Codename New 202. Thanks for watching and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Bye.